Watike I shakeleti love. This love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do waiting I love. Waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go do and without my heart, oh. Go no be vodka. Mr. Money Changer. But when I know the ways that Mr. I want to the year waiting people they love. Watike I shakeleti love. This love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do waiting I love. Waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go do and without my heart, oh. Go no be vodka. Mr. Money Changer. But when I know the ways that I want to the year waiting people they love. Watike I shakeleti love. This love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do waiting I love. Waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go do and without my heart, oh. Go no be vodka. Mr. Money Changer. But when I know the ways that Mr. I want to the year waiting people they love. Watike I shakeleti love. This love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do waiting I love. Waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go do and without my heart, oh. Go no be vodka. Mr. Money Changer. But when I know the ways that
Ayeku apa? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all well. My name is Fiifi Asante-Mparey, and welcome once again to Hit Africa TV, this weekend edition. And I'm going to be your host from now till 9:30. Dear Nekoso, what is happening in our motherland? We are here to speak about Ghana or discuss Ghana this evening. Please, when you do come on board, share, tag others, and also let others know that I'm here. So tonight we can do this together. We can do this together. So please share. Please share. Don't forget. And also, if you are new to the channel, please follow the Hit Africa channel either on Facebook or on YouTube. And please, let's do this together. We have a duty in our hands from now till December 2024 to ensure we work all out. All out. It's a national service and it has to be done. It definitely has to be done. It has to be done. Tonight, we're going to discuss a few things about Ghana, what is happening within our political space, what is there to be discussed. There's so much, isn't it? Last week, Saturday, the NPP selected their flag bearer. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia was the one who came on top as a winner. And he's the one who will be going head to head with our flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama of the NDC, with the two big political parties going head to head. It's going to be very interesting, and there's a lot of interesting times ahead. Ever since Dr. Mahmoud Baumia was elected as a flag bearer of the NPP, there's been news, views, and what have you. And tonight, we're going to look at some of these things, some of the comments that were made, and some appointment that has also happened within a week of him being elected as a flag bearer. My name is Fiifi Asante-Mparey, and tonight I will take you through some of these things. Apart from looking at the election or the selection of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, we'll also be looking at the NDC presidential flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, with regards to his speech that he gave at the TUC. There are certain nuggets in that, very, very juicy, and we will get our teeth in it and we'll be able to explain some of these things. Please, if you do come here, share for us, and also possibly you can also comment for us to see who you are. Then we can also send special greetings to you. So first on my list, I'm going to project a picture of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia after his election, coming out as victorious, how We have some clergymen in the country queuing up to go and congratulate him as the flag bearer of the NPP. So on my screen, you can see, and this came from Dr. Baumier's own tweet, and he reads, it said, today, two separate groups of clergymen from the Ashanti region and Anglican Diocese of Accra, respectively, visited me at my home and the Jubilee House to congratulate me as the flag bearer of the new patriotic party, Development in Freedom. I truly appreciate this gesture. This will further deepen my long-standing close relationship with the church and deepen religious tolerance in Ghana. So this was from Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Very interesting. In a normal day, there's nothing in this that we should worry. Absolutely nothing in this that we should even talk about, devote time and talk about. But we're not in normal times, and it is not normal day. Hence, we are going to talk about some of these things. Following that, on either Thursday or Friday, if my memory serves me right, then we had also imams who also went and congratulated Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But as I said, in a normal day, we wouldn't have talked about it, but we are going to talk about it because it's not a normal day. And why am I saying that? These very clergymen have sat in Ghana for the past 7 years. They've seen the hardship that Ghanaians have gone through, the things or the hardship that has been inflicted upon Ghanaians with this NPP, Akufo-Addo, Mahmoud Baumia government. Mahmoud Baumia, the economic messiah, refused to even speak about economy and disappeared under the radar. Right after the election, these people have queued up to go and congratulate him. These people live in Ghana. None of them have spoken about what Ghana is or what this government have taken Ghana through. We saw pensioners picketing. We saw investors picketing. The middle class. These clergymen have been quiet. But as soon as Mahmoud Baumia was elected, they have queued up. They have queued up. And Mahmoud Baumia is happy. Why is he happy? Because this has been the strategy of the NPP all the time. This has been the strategy of the NPP all the time. They rub shoulders with the leaders of the church. They rub shoulders with religious leaders. They as soon as any religious figure goes close to them, they project it and make it big. And it's their strategy. Why? Because they use that strategy as when your leader is even nice to me, then many of this congregation will follow suit. When these clergymen, if we can see them that they are rubbing shoulders with the NPP, it's a strategy to send a signal to the churches and the mosque that, look, we have these people rubbing shoulders with us. Hence, you, the congregation, you, the followers of the church and these people, just follow suit. Vote us into power. This is not going to work in election 2024, and it should not work in election 2024. It will be a mistake. I have a simple question. For the past 7 years, whilst Ghanaians were going through difficult times, some cannot even put food on the table for their families. Ask yourselves, where have your clergymen been? That is the number one question. Your clergymen, where have they been all this while? They eat, they are full, they live in their homes, they live in their mission houses. If you follow these men of God and women of God to go and vote in election 2024, towing the lines of these clergymen, you will be hungry for a long time. You will be hungry for a long time, and none of these clergymen will come to your rescue. None of them will come to your rescue. We've seen clergymen towing political line. They've turned the churches into politics. They've turned churches into politics. They've turned them into as a political forums. Very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous game. What I've seen is Bawumia have associated himself with the church, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And he has associated himself with the mosque, which is nothing, because he is a practicing, or he's a Muslim. I don't know whether he practices it, but he's a Muslim, or maybe a practicing Muslim. There is nothing wrong living in society where you have Christians and Muslims living side by side peacefully. We have never had any issues. There is absolutely religion or religious tolerance in Ghana. There's always been. It's not like places that I can't mention here, why you will see churches being bent or mosques being bent. No, Ghana has never been like that. I was born in Islamic or Zongo. Let me put it that way. I was actually born in Zongo. I grew up with our brothers and sisters in the Islam religion. I was raised in these communities. There's not even a single day that you will think about the differences between us. No. They happily go to their mosque on Fridays. We happily go to our churches on Sundays. We greet each other. We play whilst we going and coming. We play with each other. So how come suddenly Bawumia becomes the flag bearer of the NPP, and we have issues to do with religion? They have started something that Ghana has never had, a problem that wasn't there. It has never existed. They have tried to create that problem, and that is the typical NPP. That is the typical NPP. NPP is trying to ride on. They've been known as a party who rise or thrive on political, or let me say tribal segregation, polarizing the country on tribal lines. We are this and they are that. We are this, we are the majority. We have the far number of MPs. If you belong to this tribe, you are our own, you are part of our clan. Hence, you have to vote for us. They have turned the democracy and politics and governance into tribal war or tribal disagreement, tribal polarization, separating, tribal division. This is not good for the country. Suddenly, because they've been called out on that, Bawumia then takes office, or in the MPP head office, as the flag bearer, and then he brings something in with his team as well. I'm a Muslim, so now let's also ride on the religious, weaponized religion, and then let's ride on that religious separation to cut across for people to see the NDC as as a divisive figure or divisive party. Bawumia, it won't work. It will not work. A problem that has never existed, we should not create it. Here comes a tweet from Richard Ahiagba, who is the NPP communication officer. And Richard writes on his tweet, the NDC is a divisive political party. Their attack on Dr. Bawumia religion reveals the following. So now it's Richard writing, analyzing the fact that some people within the NDC are saying Bawumia is being to church and accepting or acknowledge Jesus Christ as a savior. And it's a fact, no Muslim does that. Because Muslims see Jesus Christ as a high prophet. Yes, as one of the highest prophets which God sent. They don't believe Jesus Christ as the Son of God. They don't believe in the second coming of the Christ. But here comes Bawumia, who believed it. And people commented on it. And as soon as you comment on it, it's a trap that the NPP has set. They then drag you or suck you like a hoover into that trap. And here it goes. He said, the NDC is a divisive political party. Their attack on Dr. Bawumia's religion reveals the following worries. One, so this is Richard making this up. One, that a Muslim is not fit to be a president of Ghana. Two, that Muslims can only vote for others to be presidents. Three, that the NDC has been using the Muslim community all these years. And four, the Muslims are inferior or second-class citizens. Richard Ahiagba, the director of communication of the NPP, writes this. Director of communication of NPP, Richard, write this. Richard, you are trying to unback your campaign on religious or weaponize religion to embark your campaign for Dr. Bawumia 2024. You know why? Because you know Bawumia has failed. Hence, you cannot embark on your campaign on economy, which Bawumia spoke about. You cannot embark your campaign on digitalization, which Bawumia spoke about. You cannot embark your campaign on your free SHS, which is your flagship. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go through that again. You cannot embark your campaign on a free SHS, which is your flagship policy. You cannot embark your campaign on all the things that Bawumia said he has done, like the free Wi-Fi for all senior secondary high school, that he even said they have already done 80% of it across Ghana, which is a lie. Now Ghanaians know Bawumia is a liar. And he's not fit for purpose. He's not fit to rule as a president. Bawumia is not fit to be a leader. Bawumia will only lie his way to the highest seat of the land. And when he gets there, Bawumia cannot perform. Bawumia is actually, as people have been saying, will be Akufo-Addo's promax. And you know this, Richard, and the MPP also know this. And because they know this, this is why they are doing a religious politics at the moment. They are weaponizing religion. But there is one thing this NPP, the Bawumia team, the Richard Ahiagba in charge of communication and what they are throwing out there. Religion have destroyed so many countries. Religion have destroyed so many countries. So many countries have gone to war over tribes and religion. And we don't want the same in Ghana. We have tribal divisions because you people champion the UDMPP. And you have championed that to date. Tribal divisions, which is a problem that we are actually dealing with it as a country already. Now you've added religion into it, or you are adding religion into it. It's not something we should be doing. If you think Bawumia will be elected upon that, then you are joking. You are joking. You are having a laugh. Why? Because Ghanaians can see through the NPP. Ghanaians know the NPP has run out of road now. When the NPP, back in the days, when they changed their name from the Abolition Society Protection and you name it, whatever, they came all the way and then they came to UP, the United Party. What made them change finally came to UP before they changed again? Because in Ghana, history tells us all the different tribes had their own parties. They had the Ga Party, they had the Northern People's Party, they had the Ga Adangbe Party, which I mentioned, they had the Akan Party, they had different parties. And then they passed a law, Nkrumah passed a law, or a law was passed, that we cannot form political parties based on tribes. Once those laws were passed, the NPP, today's NPP, then caused the Akan Party, went and persuaded the other smaller parties, like the Ga Adangbe Party, like the Northern People's Party, for all of them to come together, for them to be one, which they call it the United Party. When they became United Party, from that time up to today, 60 years in making of the NPP. They have never selected a Muslim as a leader. It's the first time. So great, you've made history. You have selected a northerner as a leader of your party for the first time. You've made history. But on the back of that, that doesn't mean you should weaponize that. You should use that to try and polarize the country, divide the country, and use that as a propaganda to destroy the very country that you are part of it, the very country that Richard Ahiagba and all these NPP communicators and the Dr. Baumier's team think they are patriotic citizens and they wish well for that country. How can you wish well for the very country that you are using religion to weaponize and destroy it? You tell me, how can you wish well for that party, the very country, pardon me, that you think you are a patriotic citizen of and you wish that country well? At the same time, at the backhand, you will destroy that country using religion just for you to be a president. Very selfish. Very, very, very selfish people. They will do anything to get power. That is how bad the NPP has always been. They will do anything. We were here when there was an audio from a pastor saying they killed before Akufo-Addo became president. They killed that. They did that on the motorway. He mentioned a whole lot of things. We are in this country. The police went mute over this. In the serious jurisdiction, in the very serious jurisdiction, are you telling me a police will go, or the force or intelligence or national security will be quiet over an audio that claims there had been killing? At least these people would have been invited and investigated. It was brushed under the carpet. It was brushed under the carpet. So we know the MPP. They have run out of road. And now what they are good at is the no Ghanaians are very religious. Whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim or you are traditionalist, they know that. Hence, they are going to use the two biggest religions, the Islamic religion and the Christianity, and they're going to crash their heads together. Unfortunately, some imams and some clergymen have bought into this. But thank God, it's the 30,000 odd Ghanaians who will be walking to the polling station coming December 2024, but not just the few clergymen and the few imams. And these 30,000 odd Ghanaians have minds of their own, all of them. Every single one of them has a mind of their own. So they have minds of their own. So when they walk on that day, it will be a lonely walk by themselves. And they will do the right thing and take the right decision. As the same scripture tells us that on the day of judgment, when we are stripped before our Maker, you will be standing there alone, giving your account to your Maker. In the same way, your pastor will not be standing by you. Your pastor is not there to defend you. It's what the life that you've lived is what you need to give account on. That is the same thing that we should see when we go into election 2024. When going into election 2024, it's the same thing. Because in your closet, at your home, your pastor is not there. When the country goes downhill and everybody is now on survival mode, your clergyman will not be pushing money in your pocket. Your clergyman will rather go mute. Your clergyman, maybe, and only maybe, I'm saying, will be fed by these people, and they will be there quiet, doing what they have to do. They will be there quiet, satisfying themselves and their family on what they've had, the kickbacks that they've had. They will not remember you. So coming 2024, take a decision. Don't follow this clergyman. Do not follow this clergyman. If these clergymen are good enough and they think they have all the heavenly powers and anointing upon them, hence they are queuing up, they should, Akufo-Addo still have 1 year. They should go and anoint Akufo-Addo and put all the powers on those Akufo-Addo, put all the grace on Akufo-Addo, for Akufo-Addo and Bawumia to find solution to our state of economy as we speak. That is what they should be doing. Rather than you have a year to go. Come on, you have a year. We vote people into power for 4 years. In mathematics, the 4 years is 100%. 2 years of it is what? It's 50%. If you divide it by 2, 2 years, 50%. You still have a year to go, which is 25% of the mandate given to you by Ghanaians. 25%. In the 25%, you've wasted 75. The 25% left, you are still not doing anything. You are still not coming out with any solution. You are still not even reviving something for Ghanaians to see that at least these people have some idea. But you want 4 more. You want another 100%. If you're not having been able to make use of the 25% left, this is the very critical questions that Ghanaians should be asking Bawumia and Akufo-Addo. You still have 1 year. If you haven't been able to do anything within that 1 year, which is the 25% mandate of the 100% given, why should we as Ghanaians give you another 4 years? Because there's a saying in our local language, agrobeso if you're an opportunity. If the game or the game or the game will be nice enough, it starts as soon as it kicks off. You know the crowd comes. You know the crowd comes. You know the game is in its prime straight away. It kicks off. We shouldn't be giving these people another mandate. And I believe many Ghanaians will share the same views with me. But these people do not even deserve. Actually, what they deserve is they're supposed to vacate power earlier than expected. That is what they deserve. They deserve to vacate power early. That is what these people deserve. But they have the audacity. Let's play some Bawumia videos and let's listen to some of the things that Bawumia has promised us. things that Bawumia has promised us. I'm just reminding Ghanaians. And they never materialize. Never materialized. Those things never materialized. So let's have a look at some of the things Bawumia has promised us. That those things never materialized.
Napo, the free Wi-Fi all senior high school. All senior high school. At least 80% are here that. And we are going to complete the whole process. And now a bit change the study because a lot of this thing is knowledgeable internet.
Doc.
Yes.
The year
20 Napo, the free Wi-Fi all senior.
Yeah, the free Wi-Fi. All senior high school. We are taking free Wi-Fi to all senior high schools. And even 80% is already done. Do we have free Wi-Fi in senior high schools? That 80% of that is already done? No. Bawumia is a pathological liar. I'm afraid I have to call Bawumia a liar, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We can't change that. Let's listen to Bawumia again here.
So Father, Yamfa Quatriqua manifesto na Yanshe manifesto Papa MPP Diaba. Now you say you have protected a Jumaya start free SHS. Number 2, your policy said 1 district, 1 hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, announced that plans na adro area.
Okay.
District be any hospital.
Okay.
Because so say agenda 111. You see about 100.
And that was Bawumia again, talking about agenda 111. And he spoke about we were going to do, each district is going to have hospital. Each district will have a hospital. Every district that doesn't have hospital in Ghana, they were going to put hospitals there. How many hospitals? Even Ga hospital, Ga hospital. They broke that hospital down, and till date, that hospital hasn't been built. They broke it down. Bawumia. Same Bawumia. Same Bawumia. Bawumia. Let me read some of the things that Bawumia have said that it never materialized. Bawumia said in 18 months of an MPP government, no community in Ghana will have a water or toilet problem. Never materialized. Bawumia on economic growth and jobs. He said, under an MPP Akufo-Addo and Bawumia government, the economy will grow and grow and grow. There will be jobs and jobs and jobs. There will be jobs that Ghanaians cannot even do. They might have to get people or some people from our neighboring country to come and do those jobs. Bawumia. Bawumia. Bawumia on exchange rate said, if the fundamentals of the economy are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Today, are the fundamentals of the economy okay? What is the exchange rate? When Bawumia was talking at that time, the exchange rate back then was $1 to 3 cedis something, not even 4. It was $1 to 3 cedis and some pence. Ran it to 4 cedis. Today, what is the dollar? We buy dollar $1 to 13 cedis. But you speak about that and they say, no, that is fine. It's not, the fundamentals are okay. When it's them, there's one rule for them. And when it's the NDC, there's a different rule for the NDC. Very shameful. Bawumia on the same depreciation of the city went and said, we have arrested the depreciation city and given the key to the IGP. And giving the keys to the IGP. Bawumia on taxation in opposition, an MPP government will move Ghana from taxation to production, Bawumia said. And what did they do? They came and they even introduced more taxes on Ghanaians, including e-levy. As we speak, Ghana is still paying COVID tax. As we speak, Ghanaians, we are still paying COVID tax to Akufo-Addo. Meanwhile, they still blame COVID. That COVID has destroyed the economy. COVID has destroyed everything in Ghana. But this very COVID that you claim has destroyed everything around us, the very COVID has brought in revenue for you. Double standard, NPP and Dr. Bawumia and Akufo-Addo government. Double standard. Double standard. Bawumia again. NDC has resorted to increasing taxes under the economic difficulties they created. An MPP will do different. What different have you done? You tell me, what different have you done? You have even worsened the situation for Ghanaians. You have worsened the livelihood of Ghanaians. And I'm saying some of these things so that Ghanaians, you will be aware. Note that Bawumia is a liar. He's very good with words. He talks the talk, but he doesn't walk the walk. Bawumia talks the talk, but he doesn't walk the walk. When you then try to look for him, to question him, why do you talk the talk and do not walk the walk? He then disappears under the radar. He doesn't answer questions. He does not answer questions. Bawumia is very dangerous. We cannot entrust Ghana to somebody like Mahmoud Bawumia. Very dangerous. If you think Akufo-Addo has destroyed Ghana and Akufo-Addo is a danger to our democracy, to our politics, and to our economy, and to the very existence of Ghana governing or governing of Ghana, then wait till Bawumia comes near the seat. Wait till Bawumia comes near the seat and you will see. You will see. Bawumia standing on a podium to tell you, I'm my own man. Do you know why Bawumia used that statement? I'm my own man. Do you know why? Let me explain to you why Bawumia, when he had opportunity and he mounted that podium, when he was elected as the flag bearer, and in his speech, he mentioned, I'm my own man. Do you know why he used that? Do you know why he actually emphasized that? Because Bawumia knows he's not his own man. He knows he is actually a puppet. In Ghana, they call it koliko. That puppet that they've got, you will have the strings on, pulling him. And he's Akufo-Addo and the Akufo-Addo's family puppet. That's what Bawumia is. Bawumia is Akufo-Addo Ofori-Atta, the Achin Mafia's puppet. So you think Akufo-Addo has left the scene? If you elect Bawumia, it's Akufo-Addo ruling. And this time it will be worse, because it will be Akufo-Addo and Bawumia both ruling. Akufo-Addo is bringing his stock. Bawumia too is got his stock. That was why we are saying Bawumia is Akufo-Addo's promise. The things they will inflict on Ghanaians, you guys will run. You guys will run. The things they will inflict on Ghanaians. Because why will anybody be given opportunity to speak in his premiership as a flag bearer of a party? And the first thing he said is, "I'm my own man." Because he knows Ghanaians can see through him. That he's not. He's not. We are going into 2024 with policies. We will not allow Bawumia's team, Richard Dahiagba, the NPP communication machinery, to drag us into religious politics, into tribal politics. We will not allow it. We will not go down low with them. We have every right to punch holes in the things that they say, but we will spend limited time on that. If I'm given 30 minutes to make my submission, I should not spend more than 10 minutes or 5 minutes on religious politics and the porkies that they are throwing out. I shouldn't spend more time on that. But rather, I should spend more time on telling Ghanaians, teaching the Ghanaians, showing Ghanaians, educating Ghanaians the reason why the NDC is a better alternative. The reason why the social intervention policies that the NDCs have enrolled over the years have helped Ghana. And you'll be able to mention them and tell you where they are. Go look for them yourself. Look at some of these policies yourselves. Some of the policies that even the MPP talks about are stolen policies from the NDC. And after going into the past to tell you why our social intervention policies have been better, I then have to move on to tell you why our new policies like the new 24 economy is even out of this world. Out of this world. As an emerging economy or emerging market, is out of this world. Look, it takes bold leaders to make bold decisions. And there's only one person who is a bold leader and who can make bold decisions. And that is John Dramani Mahama. And that is John Dramani Mahama. He doesn't build castles in the air. He doesn't just say things. He does not just say things, building castles in the air. But he says them and he does them. He does them. Bawumia again, on infrastructure, when he was in opposition, Bawumia went, we don't have to borrow from anywhere. We don't have to borrow from anywhere. All we need to do is to tow the rest of the roads. And then we will have money. What happened to even the existing toll booths or tolls that they came and met? Today, where are those tolls? Talk is cheap, American will say. And the British will say it's easier said than done. Thank you, Thelma Edikote. Thanks for having you here, and thanks for tagging. Bawumia went on. Again, he said, we will construct roads with concrete instead of asphalt. Today, what is the nature of our roads? It's another question I'm asking. What is the nature of our today's roads? The asphalt, sapete, even sapete. Bawumia hasn't been, and his Akufo-Addo government haven't been able to do this, and his MPP. Talk is indeed cheap. Talk is indeed cheap. Bawumia went on and promised the people of Cape Coast, we are building a new harbor in Cape Coast 2020. Manifesto launch. Zero harbor happened. Bawumia went on, we are building a model SHS in Zongo communities in each of the 16 regions. Zongo communities, can you please confirm whether in all the 16 regions there is a new model SHS in all the Zongo communities? Lies. Lies. Bawumia went on and said, we will build hostels for Kayaye. Are there any hostels for Kayaye in Ghana? Bawumia went on, we will build a Dubai medical city. Where is the Dubai medical city? We're looking for it. The last time Bawumia nearly died, he has to be flown straight to United Kingdom for medical attention. The very lies and the system you are not fixing one day will kill all of you. Bawumia on e-levy. Momo is for the poor. It will be taxed, yet he imposed an e-levy on us, on Ghanaians. He went on. Bawumia secures 18 billion Chinese loan for Ghana. Where is that 18 billion Chinese loans for Ghana? Bawumia, PDS, your name was written all over it. PDS, scandal. Your name was written all over it. We will take time to dissect that and break it down for Ghanaians to understand that you are not just a liar as a flag bearer. You are corrupt as well. Bawumia is corrupt. Look, when you're talking about nepotism, that Akufo-Addo has only done friends and family government. Bawumia is also part of it. Are we not aware that Bawumia is also part of the friends and family government? Bawumia's father-in-law, he is ambassador to the one of the Arab countries. What country is it again? One of the Arab countries. He's the ambassador. Samira Bawumia, the Bawumia's wife, Samira's brother is in NAPCO. On Samira's brother, he's been given a position as a top public servant. Samira's other brother, same thing, position as a top public servant. So you tell me, if you think everything that happened was just Akufo-Addo, then you might have to think again. Bawumia's name is also written all over things. Free internet, as he said in the video, for all SHS senior high schools. And he even said they have done 80% of it. 80% of it. Bawumia went on and said the NPP government has created 2 million jobs. So why are Ghanaians jobless? How come Ghana youth cannot get jobs? How many Ghanaians are unemployed? I need to look for that data. And I believe the unemployed Ghanaians are not more than 3 million or 4 million. So if you have created 2 million jobs, then there should be enough space to be able to employ all these people. All these people. It's all lies. These people, look, they live in cuckoo's land, what is called fantasy. The way you see how every year when we are doing football, we do what is called fantasy football. They are practicing what is called fantasy government or governance. It's a fantasy governance. Fantasy. Those of you who have played fantasy football, you know, you select your team and then what have you, and then it's all done either on your tablet or your online on your computer, what have you. That is what these people are thinking. Sometimes they don't see Ghana and its people as actual human beings that they have to govern well. Bawumia told us that the NPP government paid 17 billion for excess capacity. 17 billion Ghana cedis. Let me add that part before I'm misquoted. For excess capacity. Meanwhile, when the finance minister, the treasurer, or let me stick to the finance minister. When the finance minister came to parliament and they probed him on Ghana paying 17 billion Ghana cedis on excess capacity, he was even surprised. The finance minister was even surprised. The figure that the finance minister had was less than 1 billion. But Bawumia said it was 17 billion. He added 100 and Bawumia. Bawumia recently came back and told us they are going to replace textbooks with laptops for all SHS students. What happened? What happened? We are still waiting. Bawumia told us they shall build a new satellite campus of UDS in Yendi. We are still waiting. MPP would have built 1,000 factories with 40 billion loan. He was then referring to then NDC. And we have the videos. Bawumia went. Do you know what 40 billion would have done? We could have built 1,000 factories with that 40 billion. Never materialized. You've had more. You've had more. Bawumia is not fit to even be a flag bearer. The NPP in a nutshell, do not have the men. If you think the MPP actually have the men, think again. They don't. They don't. The MPP uses lies, propaganda. They uses the media space that they've captured, whether the tabloids, whether the media houses, the radio and TV that they've captured. They use that to win elections because they tell a lot of lies through that. A lot of lies. They're very good at it. So with Bawumia, we are waiting. We are waiting for Bawumia. But we have to keep reminding Ghanaians. We have to keep reminding Ghanaians. Now we woke up. Let me end with Bawumia and start. We woke up yesterday, or was it 3 days ago? And now Akufo-Addo has nominated. Akufo-Addo has nominated 3 new judges. Hey, dear Assembly, to the Supreme Court. And the question I have is, why has President Akufo-Addo suddenly nominated 3 new judges again to the Supreme Court? Nominated. They are not there yet, but if you nominate them, they are all 1 foot in, 1 foot out at the moment. Why has President Akufo-Addo, a year to go, a year to leave the scene, nominates extra 3 judges to the Supreme Court? We shouldn't forget that same Akufo-Addo came and told us last week when Bawumia was elected that there is one last thing that he has to do. And that is to use all his might and all his energy to ensure Mahmoud Bawumia wins election 2024 and becomes the president of Ghana. Serious. That was what Akufo-Addo told us last week, exactly today's week. A president who has failed in all areas, all aspects, from economy to you name it, everything. Because I don't want to go through that list. I'm running out of time. I got 20 minutes. A president who has failed in all these areas, every area of governance, NPP administration, this NPP administration, let me be specific, and Akufo-Addo, they have failed in all areas. All areas. You still have a year to go. In any decent country, and any decent president will say, hey, it's been tough. I haven't been able to fulfill the wild promises that are made to Ghanaians. Hence, you know what? I have a year to go. I'm actually going to do something for Ghanaians to know that at least I tried or I think about them. Either by reviving the economy, either by looking into these parts of the economy that you think even IMF that you guys have taken us to. The second set of money that has to be paid to Ghana at the moment as we speak hasn't been paid, because the team led by Oforiatta, that he was told this man is not good enough, change, and he did not listen and change Oforiatta. He never listened, never changed Oforiatta. Oforiatta hasn't been able to negotiate his external debt. And for that reason, if we haven't been able to negotiate our external debt, because after the internal debt restructuring, there has to be external debt restructuring, because yet the countries can. And those countries are not like the Ghanaians, the way we did the internal debt restructuring, whereby they bulldozer their way through. They said there will be no haircut, but there was haircut. They said, oh, your monies, you will get 100% on your principals, and then they went cutting some of these things. Bulldozer their way through. You cannot do the same when it comes to external, because this time around you are dealing with countries. You are dealing with big blue chip companies who can take you to court, who can take you to the international court. Like recently, how the Singaporean company took us to court over a breach of a contract on some of this power purchasing agreement that Akufo-Addo and his people think they can bulldozer their way through and just rubbish these countries and cancel some of these contracts, terminate them. That is why Ghana Access in UK, some official buildings belonging to Ghana might have, maybe, only maybe, let me say it's not going to be sold. Only maybe it might be saved. Maybe it might be saved. That is when they find money. So even IMF, President Akufo-Addo, you have failed. Negotiating IMF deal. This time, hey, you guys will give respect to John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. You guys will give respect. You are looking for $3 billion US. And as a country, as a government, you cannot even negotiate to get $3 billion US from IMF. You guys missing move to Chama President Mahama. You respect the man. He negotiates IMF smoothly. He was disciplined enough. He did all the right things. You guys came and inherited it. And then you rode on his glory because you won election. The oil wells that were left, extra oil wells, you benefited from all this revenue. Yes, though, you have nothing to prove for. Nothing to prove for. Nothing under your tenure that you can say we did this for Ghanaians. Absolutely nothing. Everything you touch tend to dust. This NPP administration. They are not even able to negotiate IMF deal. And for that reason, the monies that is supposed to come in have stalled. It have stalled. And instead of President Akufo-Addo doing this, President Akufo-Addo rather say it's going to use all his energy and all his might to ensure Bawumia comes to power. So hence, maybe that is one of the strategies to use to appoint or nominate, not to appoint, to nominate, point of correction, to nominate extra 3 judges to go on Supreme Court because they know they are trying everything possible to rig the election and it will end up in court. So they sent these 3 judges in there. 3 judges to the Supreme Court. Judge Henry Anthony Kofi is one. Yaw Asare-Darko, Judge Yaw Asare-Darko is another. Judge Richard Ejefrimpong, another, nominated for Supreme Court bench to go and sit on the bench at the Supreme Court. Why? Akufo-Addo, you think the Chief Justices and those Supreme Court judges will save you from election 2024? You know what saddens my heart is, when we were students, we were taught that we have different arms of government. All right, we have the judiciary, or let me start from the executives. You have the executives, okay, which is the president, the lawmakers, which is parliament and what have you, and the law enforcers as well. They all comes under the executives. Then you have the judiciary, who are they interpret the laws. So interpretation of the law, looking at taking people goes to court, making sure that the court does what is right, making sure that they decide on all the good things for a country. Now, we can't see in Ghana, in modern Ghana, we can't see the difference between the executives and the judiciary. We can't. We can't. Personally, I can't. I can't. I can't. Why should it be like that? Why should it be like that? Why should it be like that? And then we have the legislature, the lawmakers. So the lawmakers are separate. We have our executives, the president, and you name it. It doesn't make the law. And we have the judiciary. Now you can only see the lawmakers are separate, but the judiciary and the executives in Ghana, in modern Ghana, as we speak, there seems to be one. They are in bed. If the MPP and Akufo-Addo Bawumia government is thinking of doing something very naughty, that is the only description I can give to it, naughty. Coming election 2024, they might have to think again. They might have to pause for a second and ask themselves, what we are about to do, will it benefit Ghana? Will that benefit Ghana? Because when you keep pushing the people, keep pushing the people, keep pushing the people, and finally these people get their back to the wall and they realize that they have nothing to lose. They have nowhere to go again. These people are going to begin to push back. And when they begin to push back, it might be very nasty. for the country. So we have to be very careful on that tangent, the tangent that this administration wants to go on or move on. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I have 9 minutes. I'm going to end Akufo-Addo and Bawumia's case now. I have 9 minutes now to talk about a very major thing that John Mahama spoke or mentioned when he met the TUC, Trade Union Congress in Ghana. And I know a lot of people have spoken about it. There's been a lot of talks about it, and it's a major policy. Let me quickly read through those policies. He said, it goes here, said, the NDC aims to reduce the size and the cost of government, tackling corruption, and enforce stricter financial management regulation and guidelines. We will achieve this through measures such as, so these are the measures that they think they will, or we believe we will achieve these things through. That is, reduce the number of ministers and appointees, merge ministerial portfolios to prune down the number of ministries drastically, reduce waste, cost overruns, institutional borrowing, and breaches in public procurement rules, ensure compliance with internal and external financial control systems, review and eliminate ex gratia in its current form, recalibrate and amalgamate duplicated state agencies, discontinue the payment of utility bills such as fuel, DSTV, and what have you to government employees, services conditions. So these are the 7 things that were mentioned. But what actually catches my eye, there's something that caught my eye. And that is the only thing I want to dwell on at the moment. With time, we will talk through the other things as well. Is the 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy with regards to the policy alternatives. And John Mahama believes, because he's spoken about the big push, and sometimes people ask, what is the big push? And I've in the past I've explained it that the big push is very simple. All John Mahama has been talking about with regards to the big push is industrial revolution. That's what it is. Because since Kwame Nkrumah started our industrial revolution, he kick-started it. Unfortunately, Nkrumah wasn't given the opportunity to finish that, and Nkrumah was kicked out by this same NPP, this modern NPP that we have here. And they came into power, and they couldn't also do what they thought they could do. They always come thinking governance is easy. We will do this. We will do that. That's why Akufo-Addo can stand there, Bawumia can stand there and say, "Yetisikations were coming in Dokrunwe 1 CD," all that kind of rubbish talk. And then they get into government and they realize that, hold it, it's actually a big task. It's not a walk on the park. It's bigger than what we thought it is. So it has always been like that. It has always been like that. So the big push is industrial revolution, big industrial revolution. That is the NDC is going to kickstart. How do we go about those industrial revolution? There are so much detail that will come in our manifesto and in our green book. And when that is released, we will talk Ghanaians through. We will educate Ghanaians. We will explain those interventions to Ghanaians, those policies to Ghanaians. Because if we dare try it now, these people will copy it and then put in their manifestos. But there is one thing that he has unveiled, or he has kind of unwrapped it for Ghanaians. That is the 24-hour economy. And the 24-hour economy is a big thing. In Ghana, every modern economy in the West works on 24-hour economy, which they call it, I think they call it double spine, kind of a double spine economy. The economy is not only based on the activities that happens during the day, but the economy also thrives on activities that happens in the night. For instance, in United Kingdom, once the day is over, people go to 9 to 5 working in offices, transport is packed, people rush to the office, go do all their work and what have you. And as soon as they finish that 5 6 p.m. work, they go through the rush hour to get home. There are other people as well going to work in the night, in the evening. We have booming flagship hotels and catering and hospitality industries working in the night. They have transport sector working in the night, from the undergrounds to trains to aerospace, you name it. And then they have the banking sector working in the night, because when it is night in one country, it is a day in another country. And as they said, at the moment, the world is a global village. So there are businesses and talents. So if we revive our economy well, if we are able to revive our market well, our Ghanaian market well, we'll be able to see that we will even have investors in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Japan, in China, whereas we are sleeping, it is day. So activities are happening there. Hence, our banking sector will have people waking up in the night, sitting down and working. And any monies that they will be earning in that sector, they're paying taxes on. I've heard people explaining the 24-hour economy as petrol stations will open and what have you. Yes, that is part of it, but that is only a small picture of it. It's only the smallest picture. That petrol station will open 24 hours. There will be 24-hour malls that you can walk into. So it doesn't matter what time. Over here, we have it. 24 hours, I can go and do my shopping from Asda or what have you. Or walk into a restaurant and have a meal. And that is something huge. We are going to have 24-hour manufacturing. If we have manufacturing companies manufacturing things from Ghana, we will have day and night shifts. That helps the economy to grow. Why? And it brings also unemployment down, because we have a lot more people employed in our industries across the country. A lot more, far more people employed. So people are not just looking for a day job. There will be alternative for night jobs. So the 24-hour economy is a huge thing. It's a huge, huge thing that the NDC have introduced or have unwrapped as one of their policies that they are going to ensure it happens. The NDC is not like the NPP, who promises us a sky train, and we don't even see a single, what should I say, reinforcement still that has been laid to hold that sky train. That has been laid. So these are some of the things that tells you the MPP or the NDC is totally set apart from the MPP. The NDC is a better alternative. So our message should be simple. Let's ask Ghanaians, don't you want to work in the night? Maybe you have childcare issues. Anyway, still, even in modern Ghana, people do get childcare issues. So maybe 24-hour economy is open. So your wife goes to work during the day and then you do the nights. So you both earn an income. Having said that, it's a convenient way of you earning money and at the same time supporting your family. These are some of the things, bold steps, bold policies that the NDC is bringing. So we have to think properly going into election 2024. We have to think properly. And I have so much faith in the NDC and John Dramani Mahama that they will do it. It will be done. It's doable. We are not like the MPP and Akufo-Addo and Bawumia who came and told us that the things that they were saying because we don't have what it takes to do them, we think it's not doable. And John Mahama told them that, look, you guys, none of you has governed before. And just do not live in a fantasy land, pimper's paradise, and say things for the benefit of winning election. And today, we have all seen our predicament as a nation. So let's into this economy. It's a great thing. It's coming, and it will happen only if you vote the NDC into power. We will appeal to the middle class. We will appeal to those who own businesses. You want to expand your business. You want your business to thrive. The banking sector, the insurance sector. We need to begin to look into this 24-hour economy. It's something huge. It will bring revenue for government. It will also reduce unemployment. So there is a trifold or bifold benefits. It's a win-win situation for government and for people of Ghana. And the only person who can deliver this better is the person who conceived the idea, which is John Dramani, or who is John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. Let's begin to educate Ghanaians. Let's take the opportunity to talk to our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers. Let's tell them why the NDC is a better alternative. Why we are not asking them to leave their MPP, but why the MPP has to be kicked out. Why the MPP has to be kicked out. They have done Ghana no good. And they has to go. They has to go. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to read a few comments and then I will end tonight's show. Tema Edikwati, thank you so much for being here. Tema said, wasteful spending all the time. Absolutely. And that is one of the things that John Dramani Mahama and the NDC are also going to look into it. They're going to curb the waste. They're going to make sure that money that sit through the system. We have so much waste. And another great policy that I love is they are not, the NDC and John Dramani Mahama are not thinking of starting any new project, but ensuring that all the existing projects are done, finished with. That is another way of curbing the waste. Franklin Nate, thanks for coming here. Franklin goes, the NPP can copy the manifesto, but they can't implement it because they lack thinking capacity. That is exactly what they did to the free SHS. The free SHS was our idea. And when the NDC introduced the free SHS, Professor Nana Jane was given the green light to do feasibility studies and come back with the costing, which she did, and brought the costing back to John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama gave speeches. We have the videos, and launched the free SHS, and even mentioned the date that the first intake were going and everything. These people stole the idea, and we were going to do the free SHS with a twist. We were going to do it as means tested. It was going to be a social intervention for only those homes or families who were struggling to take their children to school. And we were also going to do it as day, not boarding. You see that twist? They ruined it. Tema says it's a very nice policy, 24/7. Absolutely. That is where the word 24/7 comes from. 24-hour economy. It's 24/7. 24/7. Mami Araba France say hello, say Mami Araba, call me hello, Fifi. Hello, Mami Araba, I hope you well. Franklin Nate goes on and said, they built utopian world in the minds of the citizens, but couldn't deliver it. Absolutely. Fantasy governance. That was exactly what happened. That was exactly what happened. And then we have Mona here. Mona says, Fifi, hope you are well. It's been a while. I'm super. You've been back and you haven't called me. I'm super. I'm very well. Thank you. Tema says, we all know the voting for Bawumia is not an option. No, definitely not. Definitely not an option. Definitely not an option. We have an option. We have a choice. We have alternative. So when you have an alternative, you don't sit down for one party to suffocate you. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. And this time we even have a better alternative, far better alternative to them. So I'll end tonight's video. God bless you all. And thank you so much for being here. Please, if you come across the video, share it, tag people. The replays are very important. The replays are super important. Also, if you are new to Hit Africa, please follow Hit Africa TV on Facebook and on YouTube. My name is Fiifi Asante-Mparey, and I've been your host tonight on Hit Africa. I brought the news and I brought a few interests from Ghana to all of you. God bless you. God bless Ghana. God bless the NDC. God bless John Dramani Mahama. Good night and God bless everyone. Bye.
Love, I wanna get another one. I go take and do it in I love. Waiting you love, oh. I be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love. I go do what we done my heart, oh. Go no be vodka. Stand on the ginger. But I know I don't